Prynhawn da!
That's what we like. Eager beavers, welcome in our class. Bob dydd, da iawn, Mr Swatkins. Dechrau da. Croeso. Ioan, dio.
A Nia ydy hi.
And together, we are the
A2.
Iawn.
Chi'n meddwl chi'n impressed efo hynny?
Nah, whatever. Prove it.
No.
Right croeso, genuinely croeso, welcome. Dyn ni'n mynd I gael, I know it's a little bit shaky start, isn't it? It's like, oh, what's ahead of us? All this talk of activities, dosbarth Cymraeg, could be kind of new territory for all of you. Felly, un peth dwi eisiau chi wybod, one thing I need you to know ydy, mae hi'n mynd I fod yn wythnos hapus iawn. Hapus iawn, trust me. Aww. It is such a happy week, iawn. Mae'n wythnos byth gofiadwy, unforgettable. A'r peth pwysig ydy, dyn ni yma i'ch helpu chi I ddysgu Cymraeg. I ddeall Cymraeg, deall, understand, a siarad dipyn bach o Gymraeg, okay? So with all our heart and intent, we are here to help you learn Welsh.
I love that you're signing it for us as well.
Yeah.
I won't have a clue.
Ardderchog, it's all about levels of understanding.
Yeah, okay.
Iawn te, dyn ni'n mynd I ddechrau. We're just going to start. Ioan and I are going to introduce ourselves, tell you a little bit about ourselves, iawn, our background. Felly, dechreuais I ddysgu Cymraeg. I went to a Welsh school. I was born in Anglesey. Nain a taid lived next door on a fferm yn siarad Cymraeg. They spoke Welsh. Mam a dad yn siarad Cymraeg. Pawb yn y pentre yn siarad Cymraeg. Everybody in the village spoke Welsh. O'n I ddim actually yn siarad lots o Saesneg. I didn't speak that much English till I was about 7, except for when Uncle Alan and Auntie Barbara used to come from Birmingham to stay in the caravan next door. And I used to think they were from another planet, because I know, well, whoa, Saesneg. So dwi'n siarad Cymraeg ers o'n I fel hyn. So I've had it easy. Ar ôl mynd I ysgol Gymraeg, I went to a Welsh school, and then es I i'r brif ysgol yn Abertawe. Abertawe, do you know where Abertawe is? Swansea. So es I astudio, I went to study gradd yn y Gymraeg, a Welsh degree. Ac ar ôl y brifysgol, after the university, es I gyda backpack ar yng nghefn I deithio'r byd, I India a Nepal, ac wedyn I Israel a Twrci. Yn Hwrci, yn Istanbul, o'n I am 9 mis, 9 months there, yn dysgu Saesneg, teaching English as a foreign language I 2 young Turkish men.
Oh, lovely.
Lovely. Felly, that's when I caught the bug. That's when I said, I want to be a teacher. That's all I want to do. I want to teach people to not siarad Saesneg, but siarad Cymraeg. So I came back I Gymru, I Gaerdydd, to Cardiff, and I started studying. So I started a PhD looking at different teaching methods. And then I got a job at the university in Cardiff, teaching Welsh to adults. So just for you to know that that was kind of my day job, that is my day job, that's where I started. So I was teaching Welsh to adults there, mainly Welsh in the workplace. So I'd go to the fire service, HTV, the prison service, the tax office. And I'd teach them Welsh, do like maybe an hour a day, 2 hours a day, once a week, various courses, different levels. At the same time, I was studying for a PhD, and I was looking at all the different teaching methods that they use across the world. And I came across the most exciting thing ever, called Di-suggestopedia, dad awgrymeg, okay? So Di-suggestopedia is a teaching method. Now, it was created by a Bulgarian clinical psychologist called Dr. Georgi Lozanov.
He's not Welsh.
He's not Welsh, Bulgarian. So Lozanov looked at how we process information. He did lots and lots of studies, research about how our brain learns, or more importantly, acquires language. You know how children learn? They don't learn, they don't say, today I'm going to do the present tense. I'm going to dance, I'm going to eat, I walk, I run, and then tomorrow I'll worry about the future tense. They just learn like sponges and did it. So based on that, he looked at how we process all the information. He then worked with an Italian opera singer called Evelina Gatteva, and together they created Suggestopedia, or Desuggestopedia, as it's more recently known. And it's based on the science of suggestology, so it's all about suggestion. You were saying, I'm glad you're signing because it's helping. So it's about giving information on lots of different levels and in lots of different ways. It's about, he's looked at how we process information, not, see, I have problems with English words. Not consciously, but in our subconscious. So we looked at how this works. Now, the most important thing is, do you know when you go to a Welsh class, people kind of go, right, you go to your class and they expect you to be able to talk straight away. Well, for a long time, children, you might say, I say to my, 20-month, Tida hwnna I mam, bring it over here, pass me this, go and stand this, don't do that. And it's ages before they can say, I don't think so, ma'am. So the first step for them is understanding. So it's based on that information that comprehension precedes production. So you need to be able to understand before you can speak. So if you know speaking for a few days, that's good. That's okay. You're going through the process. It needs time to incubate, needs time to simmer. And when you least expect it, boof. It's like, whoa, it's so exciting. We do get very excited when it happens because you go, oh, I didn't even know I knew that. Honest. So for me, the most exciting sort of test, really, was when I came here first on the original Cariad iaith course programme. 12 years ago, we did 8 weeks using a structural, sort of functional, more traditional course, an Ulpan course. I don't know if any of you have heard of them, but it's a more structured course, so you do tense by tense by tense, and it builds like this. So we did 8 weeks, and they learned a lot, obviously, they did. Then the following year, we came here and we used Suggestopedia, Desuggestopedia. And the difference, in my mind, was amazing. So they learned 5 times more, but more than that, it was a happier, more kind of, there was more confidence, so it was an easier experience for everybody. So this week, all we can promise you is that we'll make it fun. If you're enjoying it, then you learn. But also the activities that we do, although they're fun, and sometimes you might think that's a bit off the wall or that's a bit odd, or they are tried and tested. It's not just for telly's sake. If the telly was here or not here, in the classroom, the experience would be the same because it's part of this method, which is quite different to other teaching methods. Yeah? The main difference is about the input, how many words, how much information we throw at you at the very beginning. So, over to my tag team. Ioan will tell you a little bit more about that and tell you about himself.
Okay, now there. Ioan dwi, and I'm originally from the deep south, although dwi'n byw yn y gogledd rwan, so I've got a passport. Ac I've been teaching Gymraeg i oedolion for the last 32 years. I can't tell you what I did before then because I signed the Official Secrets Act. But the last 32 years I've been teaching Welsh for adults. That's all I do. That's my day job. And every year I do Cariad iaith as well, the last 5 years, dwi'n meddwl. Fel Nia, I've been trained in Desuggestopedia. I actually brought Dr. Lozanov over here to Wales to do some training. And I've been out to Bulgaria and I've been out to Austria with him and so on. And we have an association, worldwide association of desuggestopedic teachers. And I'm currently the vice chairman of that. And I've used practically every teaching methodology for teaching languages there is. And like Nia, I say this is, for me, the most effective. It's most effective because of the way you actually pick up languages. Like, language learning is a messy business. It's not a nice and tidy business. It's not like painting by numbers. When you paint by numbers, you do a little corner here, one colour, then you get this other colour, you do there, and you gradually build up the picture. It's not like that at all. It's more like watercolours. Did any of you paint watercolours? Know how it's done? What you do is you do an outline sketch, first of all, very, very rough outline sketch. Then you do a light wash. And then you do the whole thing again, and you gradually build up the detail. That's going to happen this week. We're going to be doing everything tomorrow morning, basically. Everything which you're going to be doing this week, we'll be doing tomorrow morning. And the rest of the week, we'll be just adding to it and bringing out the detail and so on. So how many words do you think we would introduce in the first lesson? Give me a guess.
100.
100. How much can you cope with?
5.
2,000.
2,000! Well, there we are. Will you, right, okay, in agreement? Yeah, well, actually, if you go on a traditional language course, any kind of language course, they usually give you about 20, 25 words in the first lesson. What they find is if you give people 100 words, that's very stressful because, you know, you've got 5 times as many words. If you give them 150 words, it's really stressful. 500, extremely stressful. 1,000 is very relaxing. Why is it relaxing? Because your conscious mind, you realise I can't cope with that consciously, so you have to fall back on your subconscious. And the way you process the language is totally different. You process it in a holistic way instead of breaking up in little bits and so on. Well, that amount of... So tomorrow morning, you're going to get about 1,200 words in the first lesson and all the grammar of the language, and that's nasty business out of the way, okay? So after that, you enjoy yourself. Now, the whole thing about input is very, very, very important, because what... studies show is that the volume of input actually drives how well you pick something up. And I've had experience of that myself. I remember I went on a Breton course. I'm a bit of a compulsive language learner. I can read 8 languages. I can't speak 8 languages, but I can read them. Nia was saying that you could actually learn to understand languages very quickly, and you can. If you don't push to speak, you can learn to understand very, very quickly. Anyway, so first time I ever learned a foreign language, Breton, which is about as similar to Welsh as German is to English, so not that close, but still very close. And the form was in French. I did GCSE French, so I filled in the form, turned up for the course, and it was the wrong course. And I was an absolute beginner, and everybody on the course was fluent. So I was stuck there for 10 days with a very cantankerous Catholic priest running the course. I was swearing at me under his breath in Breton and so on. But I couldn't speak at all. That whole week, I was there, and I was like this. And at the end of that week, 10 days actually, I came back to Wales absolutely exhausted. I just could not take any more Breton in. So anyway, the Eisteddfod happened to be in Cardiff. It was 1977. Eisteddfod was in Cardiff, so I went to Cardiff. And one evening, I was walking down the main street in Cardiff, and there was a nightclub there. And who should come out of the nightclub but all the Bretons who were on the course with me. And I went up to speak to them, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, whoosh, out it all came. So what had happened was I'd taken it all in, saturation, and there's a phrase I talk about in the creative process. It's this: it's saturation, incubation, illumination, verification. And that's what happens with scientists when they have a great achievement. What they soak themselves with information. Physicists, chemists, biologists, they do this. They take in huge amounts of information until they're fed up with it. They just cannot take it. They're chock-a-block with it. And then they go off and have a bath, wash the dishes, jump on the bus or something like this. And all of a sudden, eureka, it comes to them. And that's what happens if you prime people with lots and lots of languages. So tomorrow morning, we're going to prime you. You're going to have everything thrown at you tomorrow morning, but in a specific way. We're going to do it like watercolours, 3 levels. First thing that's going to happen is Nia and I will act out, with our amazing acting skills, we will act out the story which you're going to have, okay? And there'll be props there, and you're talking about miming, so you'll be able to follow what goes on. We also will be giving you a file before you leave today, so if you can read the story in Saesneg, so that you know what the story is like. I do that when I read novels in other languages. If I've read a novel previously in English, say, I read it in Spanish or French or something, I have a rough idea what the story is, so it's much, much easier to read. So if you read the story in Saesneg tonight, okay, tomorrow morning, Nia and I will act it out, and coupled with our fantastic acting and props, and the fact that you've read it the night before, you should be able to follow the gist. You won't know what the words themselves exactly mean, maybe, but you'll get, oh yeah, you know what it's about. So that will take the first part. Then there are two other parts which follow that. The second part is where we read the story. So I will be doing the first concert. Nia will be doing the second concert. I will be doing the first concert with the help of a certain gentleman called Mozart. I'll be reading it. And a certain way you do this in Suggested Peter, you coast on the first concert, you coast over the music. It's what I call my placebo domingo. So I'll be reading over the music with the text, and you'll have a copy of the text with the English translation there, and the text is chunked. So you've got chunks of Welsh, chunks of English. Some things are in bold, so they actually, it's like advertising. Advertising gets you when you don't notice it. If you notice an advert, it doesn't work. Right? Adverts happen when you're zonked in front of the television and they go in and the subconscious. They are there on billboards out of sight. They're not there right in front of you. They are there. So it's the same principle. Things go in via the subconscious and so on. And then, after that first concert, you have a second concert. And the second concert is relaxing. And we use Baroque music. And you will close your files, you sit down, you'll just relax. You can close your eyes if you want. Sleep if you want. Just don't snore. It affects the cameras and the sound. So, right. So you just, and what happens then? That's the end of it. When you usually have courses like this, at the end of a lesson, you ask people, what have you learned today? And they say, nothing. Well, they haven't. They've too much to take in. But what happens is, you then go out from this. You have the incubation period. And then you go off, and all we ask you to do, Bob knows, every night. Right? It's very, very important. Bob knows you read the whole story from beginning to end, with the English translation there, from beginning to end, before going to sleep. So you're actually giving your subconscious a message that this is important. I understand it's an actor's trick. Lots of actors read things before going to sleep. Some actors, I might actually put the script under their pillows. A suggestion, you see, suggestion. Okay. So, yeah, so do that every night. And what will happen is the language will emerge from your subconscious, but it won't be tidy. This week, we're going to make a lot of mess. Okay? You cannot actually learn language without being messy, because what happens is things pop out without your control. You have no control of what comes out. So it'll pop out, and then as things go on, you tidy them up. Okay? Right, now I've seen people say things in Welsh after doing this kind of course, and they look in their hand. It's like, where did that come from? And they don't know. In the file there's a paper I delivered in Granada at the conference of second language teachers in Spain. And what it's called is Ants in My Head. And it's about complexity theory and language acquisition. It's not a good title, but
why are you looking at me when I say
No, I'm just looking around. I'm looking at everybody, right? So complexity theory and language acquisition. And what it's about, ants in your head, because actually what will happen this week is that bits of language will be like ants scurrying around in your head and will come out, and you won't know, and we won't know, which bits of language will come out. But by the end of the week, things will, you will have a mess there to be able to tidy up, okay? So anyway, that's the important thing about driving the language. So tomorrow morning, you're going to have a huge input. It's like breathing in. And you breathe out later on, okay? You have to breathe in and hold it in, okay? This kind of breathing is not very good, unless you're giving birth. Okay, but breathing in heavily, and then waiting and letting it come out. Okay, is the thing. Okay, right. The other thing about this method, huge input, but the other thing is, ever wanted to be a superhero? Yeah. Okay. Well, now's your chance, because with this method, I mean, you don't want to be John Jones or David Williams or Beth Ann Roberts or something. No, you want to be something far more exciting than that. Now, what happens on this course is you get the chance to do the Clark Kent Superman thing, right? You find your inner superhero, your inner Welsh superhero. So on these courses, everybody takes on a new Welsh alias, okay? And those are the names we use. I have tons and tons of learners. I never learn their proper names. We just use these names. And the lovely names are, and what we're going to do now, everybody's going to have a chance to choose. You can't say you don't have a choice. You have a choice of people to be. So dyma ni lowr, and actually the sounds of the language are in the names. Lowri Bowen. Ac mae Lowri Bowen is from Dowlais, or Ddowlais. And what's her job? She is a clone professional. So you've got Lowri Bowen, or Ddowlais, clone professional. So let's put Lowri Bowen, or Ddowlais, clone professional. Let's put her down here. Ac wedyn we have, with the puckered lips, Dwynwen Clwyd. Can you say that with a moo? Dwynwen Clwyd. And Dwynwen Clwyd comes from pantomime, and she's an athrawes chwilio. She's a sailing teacher. So Dwynwen Clwyd o pantomime, athrawes chwilio. Traditional pink is goes, unfortunately, but now then. Double F in Welsh is a f. Ffion Griffith, and Ffion Griffith comes from Trefynon. Holywell, Trefynon, and she is a hyfforddwraig ffitrwydd. Now, a hyfforddwraig ffitrwydd, there she is doing her ffitrwydd bit. Hyfforddwraig ffitrwydd. So if you want to be a hyfforddwraig ffitrwydd, find you in a trainer. There we are. Hawys Awen. Now, Hawys Awen is our sleuth detective writer. So Hawys Awen from Trelawnyd is an awdures llyfrau detective. Awdures, an authoress. Awdures llyfrau detective. There she is. So. Okay, so Agatha Christie type. Wedyn, fan hyn, mae gyda ni, one of my favourites actually, Esyllt Llwyd. And Esyllt Llwyd comes from Allt Melyd, next door to Prestatyn, and she is a llawfeddyg. Meddyg, doctor, llawfeddyg, somebody uses their hand, a surgeon. So Esyllt Llwyd from Allt Melyd is a llawfeddyg. Is that yours? Right. Okay, yeah, wedyn. Oh, now then, now you may know, may not know, that maen nhw'n siarad, why they siarad Cymraeg? Siarad Cymraeg in Nghymru, they also siarad Cymraeg in Patagonia, in South America. Right? So they speak Welsh with a tipyn bach ac in Patagonia, but him yn siarad Cymraeg fel yna. Bit of a Spanish accent in Welsh. But this is Myfanwy Evans de Chones. Myfanwy Evans de Chones o Drefelyn, which is up in the Andes. And her job, she is a gofodwraig, a spacewoman. Spacewoman. Gofodwraig. Myfanwy Evans de Chones o Drefelyn. Gofodwraig. Right, iawn. Wedyn, byddig hedd, and the double D in Welsh is the th sound. English is a bit iffy actually, because the TH in English stands for the and the, but in Welsh we are more fussy. Double D is the. So byddig hedd comes from Caerdydd. Some of you live in your Clark Kent persona in Caerdydd, but byddig hedd o Gaerdydd, and she is a sylwebydd gwreiddiol. A political commentator, that's what she is. Sylwebydd gwreiddiol. Let's put her there.
Easy job.
Yeah. Dentist. No. Mirain. Now then, this is the ai caramba sound. Mirain Owain. Mirain Owain comes from Llaneirgain. Mirain Owain. One thing about Welsh, you can't speak Welsh with a stiff upper lip. You cannot speak Welsh and not move your mouth. You've got to agor eich ceg. So, mirain, feel it pull on your jaw. Mirain, pull. Mirain, Owain, o Llaneirgain. And she is a technegydd sign, just like some of these people here. Technegydd sign. She's a sound engineer.
Are these real places?
Yes. Oh, yes.
I've never heard of any of these.
Yes, of course they are. So, rwan te, Bethan. So I thought double D is the th sound, TH is a f sound. So Bethan Cuthbertson o Fethel, just by Bangor there. So the f sound. Bethan Cuthbertson o Fethel. And she is not just an athrawes, a teacher. She is a prif athrawes. So don't mess with her. Okay, prif athrawes. So, right, okay. So roi hi yn fanna. Wedyn, an SI followed by a vowel in Welsh is sh. Sh. Yeah, shan or shop or chocolate. So we've got Sioned when Schenken. Sioned when Schenken comes from Llansan Shore. Llansan Shore is by Abigail, there is, right? Llansan Shore. And Sanshore is actually St George. So it's St George, that's the name of the place. So Sioned when Schenken o Llansan Shore, and she is an Asiant actorion. Actors agent. Asiant actorion. Asiant actorion. Right, okay. Now this one is a jutting jaw kind of sound. Say a. See my jaw come out? A. Eirian Taylor. And Eirian Taylor comes from Manceinion, or Van Ceinion from Manchester. And she is an Asiant, but not an Asiant actorion, but an Asiant deithio, a travel agent. So if you want to go to Costa del Sol or something, there we are. So, right. Dwi'n licio Mair. This once again is I. Mair Esgair Roberts from Llanfair Caer Einion in Powys. Mair Esgair Roberts from Llanfair Caer Einion, and she is a perchenog ffair, a fairground owner, perchenog ffair. Right, ac wedyn, dyma ni, Mererid Rowlands. And Mererid Rowlands comes from Ros Llanerch Rigog outside of Wrexham. And she is a Ros Llanerch Rigog. Welsh names a little bit, aren't they? Ros Llanerch Rigog. And she is an arlein, an artist, an arlein. And dyna ni. So those are the names for ladies. Merched, dyna ni. So you think about which ones you fancy being. Ac wedyn, not to be left out, we've got some lovely names ar gyfer y bechgyn. And I mean, dechrau, one of my favourites, snooker player, Brychan ap Llawarch. And Brychan ap Llawarch comes from Dimbych, Denby, and he is a chwaraewr snooker. So Brychan ap Llawarch o Dimbych, chwaraewr snooker. Dyna fo. Okay? So choose carefully, because this is who you will be the rest of the week. Right. Now, if Brychan ap Llawarch is, you pronounce the sound at the bottom of the mouth. It's like a G, but aspirated. So say log. Keep the same shape in your mouth, but breathe out, and you get loch. There we are. But this sound now is at the top of the mouth. So it's, you can hear the distinction. The Llanellis at the top of your mouth, but Dimbych is at the bottom of your mouth. So, there we are. Llion ap Meall. Llion ap Meall. Ap means son of. It's like the Mac in Scots Gaelic and so on. And he comes from Llandrillo, and he is a llyfrgellydd, a librarian. Llyfrgellydd. So, Llion ap Meall o Llandrillo. Llyfrgellydd. Yeah? Okay. And so the TH in Welsh is a th as in think. Gethin Arthur. Gethin Arthur comes from Porth Madog. Porth Madog. He is a cyfieithydd, a translator. Translates languages. Cyfieithydd. Let's put him over there. Right, yeah, okay. All right. The double D in Welsh is a the sound. So hef ap Dafydd. So hef ap Dafydd is from Mynydd Isa. By mould, Wirral Wyddgrug, and he is a gwyddonydd. Gwyddonydd, a scientist. Gwyddonydd. Let's put in gwyddonydd. Right. Once again from Patagonia, Dewi Llewellyn Rodriguez. And Dewi, so it's ew. This sound is uniquely Welsh. This is the sound most English people have a problem with. It's Dewi. They call them Dewi. Yeah, well, Welsh people, whether you speak Welsh or not, can pronounce Dewi. So Dewi Llewellyn Rodriguez comes from Trelew in Patagonia. And what is his job? Well, he is a guru. Oes Newydd. A new age guru.
Guru Oes Newydd.
Guru Oes Newydd. If you take that post, you have to wear sandals. So, right, ac wedyn gorffen, right, dyma'r un ola, rwan. A single F in Welsh is pronounced V. We don't have V's in Welsh, so the V sound is with a single F, okay? This is Irfon Ifans. And Irfon, we don't have Z's actually, so Irfon Ifans. And Irfon Ifans comes from Llanfair Fechan. And he is a deifiwr professional.
Professional diver.
That's right, deifiwr professional. So, rwan te, dyma ni. So, rwan te, so, byddwch yn ofalus. Be careful, because whoever you choose, that's it. That's who you're going to be. No second chance. So, byddwch yn ofalus, choose with care. Pwy do you want to be Dwyn Wen Clwyd? Do you want to be Llion ap Meall? Do you want to be Hedd ap Dafydd? Neu Mair Esgair Roberts? Dywyswch. Choose who you want to be this week. Yeah. Dewch allan, pawb i fyny, dewch i fyny i nôl eich...
Do their job.
Doesn't matter to me.
I want to be my fan. There you go. And that's
Okay, iawn. So, right, so now we know who you are. Felly, you can introduce yourself and just say, so if I say, pwy sy fan hyn, who's here, and just say your name, and then for instance, if you say, pwy sy fan hyn, you would say, Lowry Bowen, or Ddowlais, from Dowlais, clone professional.
Are we going to have to act out these professions? Because I don't know whether to be a newish traveller from Patagonia.
Choices, dewisiadau, right.
It'd be quite funny if you were trying to be Spanish.
Nah,
really wouldn't be.
You're so made to be a new age guru.
Yeah. Right, gen I ffindio allan pwy sydd yma. So, pwy sydd gyda ni? Who wants to introduce themselves first? Okay? Yeah?
Brychan a Llywach.
Brychan ap Llywach, da iawn. Right,
O Dinbych.
O Ddinbych, perffaith, yeah?
O chwarae snooker.
Chwarae'r snigwr, perffaith. Wel, croeso. Right, felly. Who wants to go next? Right, pwy sy'n nesa?
Gwenyn.
Yeah?
Okay. Is it Lowry or Llawry?
Lowry.
Lowry Bowen.
Yeah, Lowry Bowen.
O Dowlais.
Yeah?
Clown
Sianel, clown professional. You go up in the sun. Clown professional. Perffaith, da iawn. Wel, croeso. Right, who wants to go next? Pwy sy'n mynd nesa? Yeah?
Ivan Evans,
Irfon Ifans, yeah?
Llanfairfechan,
O Llanfairfechan.
diver professional.
Deifiwr professional. So, Irfon Ifans o Llanfairfechan. Deifiwr y judging job. Deifiwr professional. So, pwy sy'n fan hyn?
Adrian Taylor.
Adrian Taylor o?
O Fan Ceinion.
O Fan Ceinion. Ac job? Swydd?
Asiant deithio.
Asiant deithio. Arferchog. Asiant deithio. Chywed fel hedfan, right, off to the sunny climes ac yn y blaen. Pwy ar y station? Yeah?
Myfanwy Evans, Dychwnes.
Myfanwy Evans Dychwnes, okay, with a smouldering, right, Latin. Okay, yeah.
O Trefelyn.
O Trefelyn, yeah, da iawn.
This is my job, isn't it? Yeah. Gyffodraig.
Gofodwraig.
Gofodwraig.
Well, you find in Gymraeg, the
Gofodwraig.
accent falls on the last but one syllable, usually. So if you go gofodwraig, do you go up in your seat?
Gofodwraig.
Eto? Gofodwraig. Unwaith eto? Gofodwraig. We are very twitchy people as Welsh, so when we speak, we twitch a lot. Gofodwraig. Right, da iawn, okay, iawn.
Hedd ap Dafydd.
Lovely twitch, yeah.
O Fynydd Isa.
Gwych bendigedig.
Gwyddonydd.
Gwyddonydd, perffaith. Done this before, right, iawn. So, right, gwych, fantastic. Pwy sy'n nesaf, yeah?
Sioned Wyn Sinkin.
Shankin. An S-I followed by a vowel is just a...
Shankin.
Shankin.
Like
so
shanking.
Yeah.
Sioned Wyn.
Yeah.
Shankin.
Sioned Wyn Shankin, da iawn.
Go win.
Yeah.
Sorry. Llansan Shore.
Llansan Shore, yeah.
Assistant Actionor. Actionon.
Ashant, like Ashant. Actorion.
Asiant Actorion.
Perffaith, that was perfect. Da iawn. Okay, right, so pwy sydd ar ôl? Anybody left? Right, iawn.
Dwi'n Dewi Llywelyn Rodriguez.
Da iawn.
Dwi'n byw Trelew.
Trelew, all right, yeah.
Dwi'n gwrw oes newydd.
Gwrw oes newydd, gwych. Right, da iawn, fantastic. Gwych, bendigedig. So, rwan, what I'll ask now, right, I'll ask if I can remember who is it. Can you turn your papers out, right, so that I can actually see them, other people can see them hefyd, felly. Da iawn, so I've got your name sticking up, okay. So, dwi'n mi ofyn, lle mai, where is? And all you have to say, fan hyn. Here, and point to them. So, can you do that? You can say, fan hyn means here, fan hyn, and point. Okay, so if I say, lle mai Brychan ap Llawarch? Fan hyn. So you just say, point at them. Okay? So you get to know, right? Well, van hyn. Yeah, point to them.
So you say what's on here.
I say what's on, and you have to look to see who's, right? So say, lle mai Brychan ap Llawarch?
Fan hyn.
Okay, lle mai Irfon Ifans? Fan hyn. Lle mae Myfanwy Evans de Chones? Fan hyn. Lle mae Lowri Bowen o Ddowlais? Fan hyn. Lle mae Hedd ap Dafydd Gwyddonydd o Fynydd Isa? Fan hyn. Lle mae Eirian Taylor? Fan hyn. Lle mae Sioned Wyn Schengen? Fan hyn. Lle mae Dewi Llywelyn Rodriguez? Fan hyn. And lle mae Nia Parry? Fan hyn. Right, yeah. So those are your names. Right, okay, well now you've got your names. Right, okay. Nia, efo batho dynnau. So in case you forget who you are.
Lle mae Hedd ap Dafydd?
Right.
Lowri Bowen.
Yeah. Rwan, we're going to do a little dialogue now. This is a pattern of a dialogue, yeah? So dwi'n mynd roi'r rhain allan I chi. And we're going to do a little stand-up exercise mewn munud, yeah? Right, felly, so dyma ni. So this is a very dialogue syml iawn, very simple dialogue, okay? Yeah? Yeah, pawb I mean, okay. Right. I've taken for granted that there are gogs and hunters, North Walians and South Walians in this dialogue, okay? So we've got a hellos. So if you're a North Walian, you need to do this. You need to go, hello, Samai. Can you do that? Hello, Samai. Nia can do that. Right, there, that's a gog. Okay, whereas from the deep south we go, hello, Shumai. Shumai is deeper, isn't it? Like so Nia, I meant, hello, Shumai. And I would say, hello, Shumai. Okay, so you can either be a gog or a hunter. Okay, so we've got hello, Shumai or hello, Shumai, which means so when you do that in Welsh, you don't actually ask how people actually are. It's just a greeting. So you repeat it. So someone says Shumai, you just repeat Shumai. Someone says Samai, you just repeat Samai. So hello, Samai, hello, Shumai. Now, when you introduce yourself, you put your name. So we've got names fitted in here already. Say Dafydd, Davis, Dwi. So the Dwi is I am, but it follows the name in Welsh. So if I say Iwan Dwi, and Nia would say
Nia Dwi.
And you would say Myfanwy Evans de Chones, Dwi, and so on. Okay, and you would say Hedd ap Dafydd, Dwi, and so on. Here we've got Dafydd Davis Dwi, Dwi'n Dodo, like the dead bird. Dwi'n Dodo, and what you've got on your cards, O Fimbych, but you've got Dwi'n Dodo, Ddowlais, Dwi'n Dodo, Fynydd Isa, Dwi'n Dodo, whatever, okay? Dwi'n Dodo, come from. Oh, neis iawn. Oh, very nice. Oh, neis iawn. Awena Owen Dwi, the other person in the dialogue says, Awena Owen Dwi, Awena is a girl's name, Awena Owen Dwi, Dwi'n Dodo, Donna Pandy. So Donna Pandy changes to Donna Pandy. Dwi'n Dodo Donna Pandy. Oh, hyfryd iawn, how nice. Right, of course. Oh, hyfryd iawn from Donna Pandy. Well, neis cwrdd â chi. Nice to meet you. Neis cwrdd â chi. Right, in Welsh, we don't say and you. We throw it back. There's another form which is and yourself. And yourself. It's reflexive. So you say a chithe. So the CH is pronounced as and the TH is pronounced as a. So, a chithe. Can you say a chithe? Perfect. A chithe. So if somebody were to say, bore da, sut ydych chi heddiw? And you say, iawn, diolch, a chithe. So if you say, dych chi'n iawn? Yeah, and you say, iawn, a chithe. Just say, a chithe. Perfect. Perfect. Da iawn. Okay, so hwyl y fawr. Hwyl fawr. Hwyl fawr, that's a song. Hwyl fawr ffrindiau we'll be doing sometime. Hwyl fawr means goodbye. But basically, we've had the word hwyl in athrawes hwylio. We had dwynwen, clwyd, on the lips from pantomwyn, athrawes hwylio. She was a sailing instructor. Because hwyl means sail. So when you're actually saying hwyl fawr, which means goodbye, it actually means big sail. Because where did people leave from? Shore onto the sea. That's how people travelled years ago. So when you say, it basically means, may the wind be in your sails. So hwyl fawr, hwyl fawr. So let's do this dialogue now. I'll be a, you can be b. Okay, so, hello, Samai, I'll be a gog. Hello, Samai. Hello. But you can be hunters if you want to. I'll go, okay. Hello, Samai.
Hello, Samai.
Dafydd Davis Dwi, Dwi'n dod o Fimbych.
Oh, neis iawn.
Yeah, okay, on.
Dafydd Dwi.
Right.
Dwi'n dod o Fynydd Isa.
Right, there we are. Okay. Oh, hyfryd iawn.
Wel,
Nice cwrdd â chi.
A chyffe, hwyl fawr. Hwyl fawr. Perffaith. Ready for some action? Okay, so byn nawn ni I fyny ar eich traed rwan, okay? Fyny ar eich traed. So, using this pattern for dialogue, but where we've got the bits in italics, with David Davis and Wimbich and with the names of Owen and Don Pandy and so on, you put in your own details, okay? Ond beth dyn ni eisiau ydy dwy res, two rows. Two rows, okay? And when they be eight gilydd, so you face each other. So I'll do a trial run efo Nia, right? So mae Nia y fyna yn mynd I wneud hyn, a dwi, right? So we could do it this way. Mae'n bosib, we could do it this way. Hello, Samantha.
Helo, siwmai.
David Davis, dwi'n dod yn bych.
O, neis iawn. Owen. O, na, mae'n edrych Roland.
It'd be boring, wouldn't it?
Very
So
boring.
we don't do that. So what we do is this: we say, un, dau, tri. Hello, Samai!
Helo, siwmai.
David Davis, dwi'n dod o Ddinbych.
O, neis iawn. Mae'n edrych Roland dwi'n dod o Roslan yr Chrigol.
Oh, hyfryd iawn.
Wel, neis cwrdd â chi.
A chyffe, hwyl fawr! And then you go to something else. Okay, so we will do that. Okay, so it's like a bit of a band dance, really. Yeah, okay, right. So we go in.
And then we just come down.
So we do that first, and then you mingle. And the first one, the ones this side can be A, and that side can be B. So A, B. Okay, but after that, it's everybody for themselves. Okay, and you just mingle, and you have the same conversation over and over and over again. It's like going to a speed dating or a cheese and wine party and just going on everybody. Ar ôl tri. Un. Dau a hanner. Tri! Helo,
Oh, nice iawn. Here that David, dwi'n dod o fynydd isa.
Ia, neis cwrdd â chi.
Bach, I lle. Hwyl fawr.
No, siamai. Soned wyn sydyn dwi'n dod Llan San Siwr.
O, nice iawn. Arian Taylor dwi'n dod o Fanceinion.
O, hyfryd iawn.
Wel, neis cwrdd â chi.
A chi hwyl fawr. Siamai.
Helo, siwmai. David Lewis, dwi'n dod o Trefelen. Oh, my mum to say. Oh, no. I think the family Evans Dejones. I've been introducing myself as David. Right. Start again.
Introduce themselves as our person.
I meant to say, I've been saying I'm David. So I'm Mevan.
It's okay, you can be David on a Friday night.
I'm Mevan Evans Dejones.
Oh, dear.
That's me, I thought I was doing
Right,
so well.
rwan te. I think Nia's got a song coming on. Felly mae Nia yn
I
mynd
can feel something coming on.
Mae Nia rwan yn mynd I ganu. One of the things about singing, actually, if you try and learn prose, it's very difficult. You try and learn something which is just normal language, it's difficult. If you learn poetry, because of the rhythm and the rhyme, it's easier. If you do songs, it's even easier because you've got the rhythm, you've got the rhyme, and you've got the melody. And actually, the part of your brain which deals with music and language used to be intertwined in the left hemisphere. They have separated in human evolution, but very often people who have strokes and cannot speak can actually sing. So they can't speak, but there's a different pathway. So actually if you sing, people can actually sing when they want to communicate, even if they've had strokes and so on. I'm not saying you had strokes or you look as if you had, but Nia, rwan, yn mynd I ganu, she's going to sing with you, okay? So we do a bit of singing this week. So, right, Nia.
A hefyd, dych chi'n gwybod, have you ever had that sensation lle dych chi yn y car, dych chi'n troi radio ymlaen, a dych chi'n clywed y music, and you find yourself singing along, and you're like, I never remember sitting down. And Nev doesn't sing along, do you, Cariad? I love that one of the first things he said to me was, I don't dance and I don't sing. And I was like, welcome to my Welsh class. Yay! So, tried and tested, singing helps. It helps us remember. Words go in and you don't even realise they've gone in. Iawn? Felly, you can sing quietly, you can mime, dim problem o gwbl. Ond, da ni'n mynd I ganu can fach. Da ni'n mynd I ganu can fach. And we're going to change the words a little bit, yeah? This is a very famous Welsh song. Has anybody heard the song? Mi gwrddais I am merch fach fel, lawr ar lan y môr, lawr ar lan y môr. Nobody's here? Lawr ar lan y môr, mi gwrddais I am merch fach fel, ble? Lawr ar lan y môr, lawr ar lan y môr. Anyway, that's what we're going to sing, right? Lan y môr. Ble mae lan y môr? What is lan y môr? Yeah, mae'n neis mynd I lan y môr gyda bwced a rhaw, torheilo.
Pysgod.
Pysgota, ti'n iawn. Nofio yn y môr. Nothing better than a day out ar lan y môr efo picnic. Nag oes. Can't beat it. And lan y môr, mae o just... Hang on, where's my... Yn fanna. I'm just getting my bearings. Mae lan y môr yn fanna. You can see the beach practically o fan hyn. So, perfect. Reit te, chi'n cofio yn y ddeialog, oedd e'n dweud, nice to meet you. Neis cwrdd â chi. Neis cwrdd â chi. Nice to meet you. So, cwrdd is to meet, iawn. So, mi gwrddais I met, iawn. So the song goes, mi gwrddais I a merch fach fel, a pretty young girl. Where? Lawr ar lan y môr, down on the beach. Down on the beach, mi gwrddais I a merch fach fel, pretty little girl. Lawr ar lan y môr, down on the beach. Lawr ar lan y môr. Iawn. Ho, 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 rwy'n dy garu di. What does rwy'n dy garu di mean? Oh, rwy'n dy garu di. Rwy'n dy garu di. Yeah, I love you. I love you. Rwy'n dy garu di. Tell me with passion that you love me. Come on. Needy. Oh, and again. Tell me again. Oh, and again. Once more. Rwy'n dy garu di. Da iawn, ardderchog. Yr enes o'r bachgen ar lan y môr, right? So, rwy'n dy garu di, yr enes ar lan y môr. Now then, instead of merch fach fel, I met a pretty little girl, we're going to go through all your names. So, who did you meet on the beach? Well, you'll never guess. I met Sian. Mi gwrddais I a Sian Reeves, lawr ar lan y môr, lawr ar lan y môr, lawr. And then, mi gwrddais I a... Oh, now we should do Eirian Taylor, shouldn't we? Oh, Eirian, iawn. Eirian Taylor, and we'll just try and squeeze the names in. Oh my goodness, brychan ap llawar, loud. We'll freestyle, we'll see how we go, iawn?
Mi gwrddais I a deledu.
See how it just rolls off the tongue? So, pawb I godi eich papurau, da iawn, everybody. So what we'll do, we'll form an orderly line, iawn, and when we're singing about you can come out to the front fel hyn. You don't have to sing on your own, man iawn. A just sefyll fel hyn, iawn. Ac, we'll stand just to the neni. Myfanwy Evans Dechonus. Lawr ar lan y môr, lawr ar lan y môr, lawr ar lan y môr, mi gwrddais I a Myfanwy Evans Dechonus. Lawr ar lan y môr, lawr ar lan y môr. And again.
Mi gwrddais I.
Mi gwrddais I. Mi gwrddais I. Can everybody do this? Mi gwrddais I.
Mi gwrddais I.
And again, mi gwrddais I.
Mi gwrddais I.
Turn to your right and say mi gwrddais I.
Mi gwrddais I.
Turn to your left and go mi gwrddais I.
Mi gwrddais I.
Ah, yeah, right.
So the A with a little roof over it
is literally with. No, in Welsh you say cwrdd a, nice to meet with, literally, iawn? So mi gwrddais I a, and then you just put the name in there. Ardderchog, reit te. Ar eich traed, you sing better when you're standing, felly. Just go with the tune, sing any tune, dim ots, reit te, okay. 1, 2, 3. Mi gwrddais I am Myfanwy Evans Dechonus, lawr ar lan y môr, lawr ar lan y môr, lawr ar lan y môr, mi gwrddais I am Myfanwy Evans Dechonus, lawr ar lan y môr, lawr ar lan y môr. O, rwy'n dy garu di, o, rwy'n dy garu di, yr eneth ar lan y môr. To tell you, yr eneth is the girl, so that's me. And this is Mr T. Yn gwybod? Bachgen, boi. Iawn? Eneth. Eneth, bachgen. Reit te, nesa, eirian teilo, ardderchog. Barod, da, canu ardderchog. Oh, I love having you in my class. Oh, singers! Iawn, 1, 2, 3. Mi
gwrddais i a eirian teilo, lawr a lan y môr. Lawr a lan y môr. Lawr a lan y môr. Mi gwrddais i a eirian teilo, lawr a lan y môr. Lawr a lan y môr.
Give us some love.
O rwy'n dy Gaerdydd, o rwy'n dy Gaerdydd, yr eneth a lan y môr. O rwy'n dy Gaerdydd, o rwy'n dy Gaerdydd, yr eneth a lan y môr.
Da iawn, lawr i bywyd.
I'm going to go louder next time.
Yr eneth. Un, dau, tri. Reit, lawr i Bowen. Iawn, lawr i Bowen. Lawr Bowen. Not lawr i, low. How low can you go? Lawr i Bowen. Right, un, dau, tri.
Mi gwrddais i a lawr i Bowen, lawr a lan y môr. Lawr a lan y môr. Lawr a lan y môr. Mi gwrddais i a lawr i Bowen, lawr a lan y môr. Lawr a lan y môr. O rwy'n dy Gaerdydd, o rwy'n dy Gaerdydd, yr eneth a lan y môr. O rwy'n dy Gaerdydd, o rwy'n dy Gaerdydd, yr eneth a lan y môr.
Da iawn, lawr i Bowen. Right, ta. Pwy sy'n gyda ni man hyn? Oh, great. Right. Get this now. Brychan. Brychan ap Llywarch. Llywarch. Give me a... Like wild cats, iawn. Brychan ap Llywarch. Da iawn. Give me a... Give me a... Llywarch. Brychan ap Llywarch. Right, 1, 2, 3.
Mi gwrddais i a brychan ap Llywarch, lawr a lan y môr. Lawr a lan y môr. Lawr a lan y môr. Mi gwrddais i a brychan ap Llywarch, lawr a lan y môr. Lawr a lan y môr. O rwy'n dy Gaerdydd, o rwy'n dy Gaerdydd, yr bachgen a lan y môr. O rwy'n dy Gaerdydd, o rwy'n dy Gaerdydd, y bachgen a lan y môr.
Diolch yn y ffôn.
That was actually not as bad as it thought.
Iawn te, nesa. Sioned wyn shinkin. Sioned wyn shinkin. Like Jenkins. Like Jenkins, but shinkin. Sioned wyn shinkin. Right, 1, 2, 3.
Mi gwrddais i a Sioned wyn shinkin, lawr a lan y môr. Lawr a lan y môr. Lawr a lan y môr. Mi gwrddais i a Sioned wyn shinkin, lawr a lan y môr. Lawr a lan y môr. O rwy'n dy Gaerdydd, o rwy'n dy Gaerdydd, yr eneth a lan y môr. O rwy'n dy Gaerdydd, o rwy'n dy Gaerdydd, yr eneth a lan y môr.
Diolch, Sioned.
Very good.
Da iawn te. Diolch. Nesa. Mr Rodriguez. Da iawn. Reit, mae'n bwysig iawn. Da ni ddim yn dweud dawi. We don't say dawi, we say dewi. Dewi. And you're from Patagonia, so you speak a dipyn bach like this. Like you are the love god, you're from Dewi. No, but you can all pretend.
This
Dewi, e bagwm. Give me an e bagwm. E bagwm. Dewi, dewi. Iawn, dewi. Dewi Llywelyn Rodriguez.
Dewi
Rodriguez. Da iawn, da iawn. O Dramâu. Iawn te. Hapus? 1, 2, 3.
Mi gwrddais I ag eis from steps. Lawr a lan y môr, lawr a lan y môr, lawr a lan y môr. Mi gwrddais I ag eis from steps. Lawr a lan y môr, lawr a lan y môr. Everybody! Oh, roi'n dy Cariad, oh, roi'n dy Cariad.
I'm on your side, don't worry. I'll give him lines. Back in drwg. Dwi'n gwybod. Ardderchog, diolch yn fawr Dewi Llywelyn Rodriguez.
Dewi Llywelyn Rodriguez.
Now I'm sensing you've got some dancing in you. You're dying to break out into dance. Feel free. You know you said you didn't dance at your wedding.
Yeah, I'm not dancing here now.
Feel free to freestyle if you want to go for it. Dim problem, yeah? Oh, hang on.
Hedd ap Dafydd.
Hedd ap Dafydd.
Hedd ap Dafydd.
Hedd. Ystyr hedd ydi peace. Hedd. You're a very peaceful kind of guy.
The wrong name?
I know. I called my son Hedd, and if you know him, I chose the wrong name as well. So Hedd ap Dafydd. Hedd ap Dafydd. Yeah? 1, 2, 3.
Mi gwrddais I a Hedd ap Dafydd, lawr a lan y môr, lawr a lan y môr, lawr a lan y môr. Mi gwrddais I a Hedd ap Dafydd, lawr a lan y môr, lawr a lan y môr. O, roi'n dy Cariad, o, roi'n dy Cariad, y bachgen ar lan y môr. O, roi'n dy Cariad, o, roi'n dy Cariad, y bachgen ar lan y môr.
Da iawn.
No dancing.
No dancing, I
You
know.
don't deserve
Dim
dancing.
dawnsio.
Dim dawnsio.
They're
Steddwch.
saving it for Irfon Ifan. Irfon. Saving it for you. Save the last dance
sit down.
for you. Ardderchog, reit te. Dyma Irfon Ifan. Everybody give me an E. E. Irfon Ifans.
Irfon Ifans.
Irfon Ifans. You're surprised to see him. Irfon Ifans. You're really pleased to see him. Give me a Irfon Ifans. Irfon Ifans. Irfon Ifans. I am getting to it. Okay, dach chi'n barod? 1, 2, 3. Last one. We'll have a little bit of a... down shot. Iawn. 1, 2, 3.
Mi gwrddais I a Irfon Ifans, lawr a lan y môr, lawr a lan y môr, lawr a lan y môr. Mi gwrddais I a Irfon Ifans, lawr a lan y môr, lawr a lan y môr. O, roi'n dy Cariad, o, roi'n dy Cariad,
A fi hefyd. No way, boys. That's just a warm-up.
It's like a workout.
Ardderchog. Can I just aid? This is how I speak. Half English, half Gymraeg. I can't control it. Diolch am daflu chi'n mewn. You are so going to get the most out of it when you throw yourselves in, and you certainly did that. So ardderchog. Iawn, on to the serious language learning bit. It's exam time. Duh, duh, duh.
Exam already?
We're going to give you a little test, okay? No pressure or gobble, iawn? I hate tests. I hate homework. So this isn't what our language learning class is about. But I want you to do this because this is a little test for yourselves. At the start of the week, we give you this. I'm going to ask you to just circle any words you recognise, you know, you understand. Anything you think, oh, I think I know what that is. Just rhowch gylch bach o'i gwmpas o. And then, ar ddiwedd yr wythnos, at the end of the week, we're going to do the same kind of thing. And then it's your kind of gauge as to how much you've moved on. Yeah? So I'm not marking you. I'm not going to be taking the papers. But it's just a little test for yourselves to kind of go, okay. And also, you know, we don't really know who's a complete clean slate, you know, no Welsh or gwbl. And some people have done some Welsh courses. Yeah, exactly. You've been on a Welsh course and, you know, all different people have, like Johan said, it's like pebble bashing a wall. It's like some people have picked up bits of Welsh from different parts of their past and their lives and past lives, whatever. So, just prawf bach I chi. I chi yn dawel. To bring your heart rates down, just eistedd yn dawel. I'll give you a pen and you can put cilch bach round all the things that you recognise. Iawn. Hapus? So, as I said, this isn't about me or Johan testing you, or you know nothing, you know lots. It's a little marker for you to kind of go, right, well, I've started this week here. I know there is a winner at the end of this. It's, you know, but you choose the winner. It's kind of, it doesn't matter who wins. This week is about the journey that you travel. So you will all start in different places and you will all travel forward to some degree. So this is just like a nice gauge, a marker for you to go, okay, I arrived with 20 words, with no words, with 100 words, and I've left with this, a new box of tricks kind of thing. So it's just a nice thing for you to do. Well, don't take it seriously. Ardderchog iawn te, dych chi'n hoffi anrhegion? Anrhegion, Nadolig, presents. Do you like presents? Well, mae gan Johan anrheg I chi. This is your story for the week.
So this is your life, Bron, isn't it? Felly mae'r file yma, rwan te, this is the file which you'll be using all week. It's produced in glorious Technicolor, just to give you an idea, on shiny papur sgleiniog and shiny paper. Be dwi'n mynd I wneud ydy rhoi files allan, different lliwiau, coch. Pwy sy'n eisiau coch? You can put your hand up os ydych chi eisiau coch, dim ots? Coch, dyna fo. Gwyrdd, green gwyrdd, dyna ni. Iawn.
Llyfr gwyrdd.
Llyfr gwyrdd, ie. D, dyna ni. Coch. Right.
Gwyrdd?
Like Castle Coch, does that mean?
Yeah. Pink. Who wants a manly pink? Dyna ni, right, iawn. Gwrwaith, iawn. Okay, and coch ac oren. Oren, coch, okay. A mae'n lle, na I gael, ysgysodd fi, na I gael yn ffail I fan hyn.
No, I'm delighted. You sure? I don't mind swapping if you want.
I'll just go through with you quickly, beth sydd yn y ffail, ac yn y blaen, fel bod chi'n gwybod. Mae'r ffail yn dechrau, beth sydd gynnwch chi ydy story. Story, as I said, it's a 22-page story, which we're going to do tomorrow morning. Dim problem. Okay, felly, right, iawn. Ond, os ydych chi'n agor o I dudalen 2, beth ydych chi'n ffeindio ydy, that's the story, but it's presented in a specific way. It's all chunked. Language is broken up into chunks. Rwan te, yn eich files, beth ydych chi'n weld ydy, mae gynnwch chi fan hyn, you've got a story yn Gymraeg, right? The language has been chunked in a specific way. The sentences have been broken up into manageable chunks. And you've got the English translation, which is line by line. So you know exactly what everything means. So you can't say, I don't know what that means, because you've got it there. It's there. So you're always safe. It is your life raft, okay? Mae'r Saesneg yn fanna. You can always edrych ar y Saesneg, so it's always there. It's your sucking blanket, whatever it is. So it's there to keep you happy. Ond hefyd, you'll notice that there, you've got the bits of grammar. Whenever a grammar point comes up, that is the tenses and so on there. Yeah? Now, my story, say 22 pages long, my story an ail draw this is very repetitive. So some of the things which come up at the beginning of the story, you'll find are repeated again and again and again. And by the time you come to them the fourth or the fifth time, oh, you know what that is, right? So it's built in. So repetition is built into the story. You'll notice as well that some bits are in bold, and the corresponding bits in Saesneg are also in bold. So that's highlighted. That sort of goes in without you realising through your subconscious, because if that's in bold, that's on bold, you match them up. Okay? So this is the story which we'll be acting out, bore fory, and this is the story which we'll be reading 2 concerts, bore fory. That should take the whole morning. We have an early kick-off, bore fory. It's hanner already iaith. We need that 2.5 hours. We usually take 3.5 hours, but we'll condense it. We have 2.5 hours bore fory to do the acting and the 2 concerts based on this. Ac then, fel o'n i'n dweud, like I said earlier, you need to read this bob nos every night before going to sleep. So and just lightly, as if you were reading a novel in Saesneg, just read through it. But heno, tonight, you can read the Saesneg, you read the English tonight, so that you are primed. So by tomorrow morning when we act it out, in the back of your memory, you've got, oh yeah, this is the bit of the story where such and such happens. You've got that framework there. You've got the skeleton which you can put the meat on. Wedyn, in green in your files, gwrdd at the back of the story, you've got word searches and games and so on. Puzzles using words from the text, which you can do if you have spare time yn y nos, felly. If you can't sleep, if the ants in your head are keeping you awake, then get up and do a puzzle. Yeah? So you can do those. Wedyn, tu ôl hynny, right in the back of the book, right in the back of your file, you've got that paper I was talking about, ants in my head, and some information as well about Suggestipedia in general. If you're interested, read that, because it'll put what you're doing this week into a logical framework. Because as Nia said earlier, what we do this week may seem bizarre, but there is a reason to it. What Dr. Lozanov called a serious jocularity. So we may be playing around, we've got fluffy toys there and all kinds of things there we wish we'd be using this week. But there's a reason for them. There's a point to it. So have a read of that as well, if you can, because it'll give you a framework for what we're trying to do. But the main thing with Nasama is basically the best advice I can give you if you want to succeed this week, don't try. Don't try and learn Welsh, okay? Just go with it. Go with the flow. Because if you try and learn, then actually that closes the brain down. If you try and do something, you can only try and do something by actually closing something up. It's the opposite way. Just open up and let it happen, okay? Go with the songs, go with the dancing, okay? Just go with anything. Go with the games. Move your body, and everybody's got different learning styles, but whatever it is, take whatever you can from this course, okay? And what you take home with you will be different for each person. That's why the course is so broad. If you were having 20 words a lesson and 1 grammar's point, that's all you can take home. So it's narrowed, it's corralled, yeah? Okay, so there we are. So let rip. It's basically let rip for the whole of the week. Have a good time. Enjoy the weather, even if it's awful. Weather is weather, okay, but it's hyfryd iawn, lovely today, isn't it, okay? So, be dyn ni'n mynd I wneud rwan? So it's going to be a mixture of gwersi lessons, so the input in the lessons is all to do with the story, all to do with the story. And like a bedtime story for children, you read a bedtime story to children, bob nos, every night, every night, every night. And then if you say a word wrong, your children correct you, because just reading it, bob nos, bob nos, bob nos, it just seeps into your subconscious. And hopefully this week as well, you may learn something about how your brain works, because there are some quite bizarre things which happen when you use this technique, which I'll mention later on in the week, but it's how the brain actually assimilates information, reorganizes it, and then produces it. And that's not the only thing we're doing this week. Hefyd, we're doing activities, all kinds of activities. Some of them physical, some of them more interactive and so on, where byddwch chi'n defnyddio eich Cymraeg, you can be using your Welsh. So the main thing is don't be scared of making a mistake. Don't want to be perfect in speaking Welsh. Because the main thing is when you start speaking a language, when you start getting it out, it's a given you're going to make mistakes. It's a given. You're going to go, I know that word, and you walk away from the conversation and say, I knew that. but at the time. So take that as a given, but the thing is, go with it, enjoy yourselves, and the more you just let it happen, the more it will happen. So rwan, we are going to go now to a messy, dirty activity. Felly, dyn ni don't wear posh clothes I fynd I hwn, achos dych chi ddim yn gwybod. I'm keeping tight-lipped to what we're going to do, ond dyna fo. Wel, diolch yn fawr iawn. So it's off for the activity. A bore fory, we'll have the drama and the concert.